home and loaded and we watched it. Yeah. Now I got Nina Simone stuck in my head, but that ain't bad. I like Nina Simone. Y'all like? Have you ever heard "I Love You, Porgy"? Don't let him take me. Don't let him handle me and drive me mad. If he can keep me, I want to stay with you here forever. Cause I got my man. Yeah, that's a good. You ever heard her sing it? She sings it really emotionally. Yeah. It's gonna be like dying, Porgy, down inside. Yeah. But when he comes, I have to go. I know. I love you, Porgy. It's such a. You ever seen that play? I've never seen the play. I've just heard the song. But Porgy's a big, strong, Booger McFarlane type guy, right? And his wife is a big, strong, hardworking woman, beautiful, beautiful figure, big full lips, big brown eyes, gorgeous woman, right? Kind of woman that a lot of us guys sit there and pray for once we hit puberty, Please, Lord, send me a girl like Bess. She's so fine. That's the spot right there. I got a girl named Ramalama Lama Lama Ding Dong. You do know that has sexual connotations to it, and that's why they didn't like it in churches back in the 1950s. Ramalama Ding Dong. You know what that means, right? Okay. You don't need a degree from Harvard to figure out what that means. Ramalama Ding Dong. Oh, it means she can take the dick. Oh, shit. I didn't know. When I heard it, I was like, who the fuck would sing a song? Why would you call a girl Ramalama Ding Dong? Oh, no wonder those people in the churches were saying that rock and roll music is the devil's music. And you go to those houses of iniquity and it'll send you to hell. Guys, come on now. I got a girl named Ramalama Lama Lama Ding Dong. It's still a very popular song today. It was in the 1950s. Yeah. I'm a honky-tonk man, and I can't seem to stop. Love to give the girl a whirl. If you got the money, honey, I got the time. You run out of money, honey, and I run out of time. Right? Wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels. I didn't know God made honky-tonk angels, right? You know what I'm saying? It's been happening for a long time, y'all. The kingdom of heaven and the bowels of hell have been on you before you was even born. You either accept the kingdom of heaven or the bowels of hell. And being in Amish paradise in Pennsylvania, acting like it ain't happening, ain't going to save you from it happening. You either get up and stand up for the Lord's Prayer, or you go hide in your Amish paradise in Pennsylvania, pretending to be Joaquin Phoenix and what's the other brother's name? Mel Gibson, right? Lethal Weapon Man, right? They weren't Amish. I know they was just in an Amish paradise. Yeah, it's M. Night Shyamalan's imagination. What are you gonna do with that? Oh, signs. Oh, what signs? Or what's the other one? The Village. Oh yeah, that's it. What about the one with the pool one? That one was just wacko. What about the ones that Samuel Jackson heard? They're also wacko. So was Signs. Yeah. What's the least wacko? The least wacko one is The Village, the one with William Hurt and the little girl pretending to be Guy and Joaquin Phoenix and Adrian Brody. That's the one that's like, no, that shit could really happen. That probably does happen. No one, get the fuck out of here. You serious? No. I live in a commune. No way. That happened. There was a little girl on YouTube they had about it. She lived in Idaho and her family was in a commune like that, and she had to fight like hell to get out of it. And she didn't like being sexually pursued by her own brothers. They had very little options. That's horrible. That's child abuse, yeah, and neglect. It depends. Well, if your government tells you to go work in a coal mine till you die to keep them rich, and if you don't vote for them, they'll find ways to kill you legally, okay? It's not that crazy if you try to go to Idaho and get away from it all and then raise your kids to keep it in the family because all the other people are fucking wacko and crazy, right? Churning butter, huh? Is that Weird Al Yankovic? Is that Coolio? Is that Michelle Pfeiffer? People in my generation know what I'm talking about. People not from my generation, what the fuck is this man talking about? Never mind. This is for Elon Musk and Donald Trump and Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Hannity, Gutfeld, and the Lawrence guy on MSNBC. They know what the fuck I'm talking about. I had a son that was born in 1986 and another one that was born in 1989. They're plugged into computers at Fort Huachuca. Uriah doesn't talk too much. He's pretty quiet. Andre talks to me a lot more now. We're talking about Grandma and Grandpa. And he's very, oh my gosh. Okay. We're sitting there talking, and he said, no offense. I say, I understand why. Yeah, I mean, me and your grandpa were very good friends. We weren't just, grandpa and we weren't just son-in-law and father-in-law. We were friends. I could trust him. He could trust me, and we could tell each other, secrets. And I never really had to tell him any secrets. He knew everything about me, and he knew what was up. And I know why you did it. I know you weren't being chocolate or mean. You just did what you thought was right, because women will play you, and when you're the Christmas toy and two hot girls are fighting over you, one puts it down. I want him. And I know. Okay, sat there and talked about it. Yeah, I didn't even see it coming. Oh no, you never do. Okay, you're a guy. You're dumb. Okay, I'm like, Chief, you ain't funny and shit. Okay, so that's me and Chief having a conversation on the back porch, listening to Mingus, watching Patrick and Anthony play. Right. Some of the best conversations you ever heard, man. He's a very intelligent, intuitive man, and a very understanding man, a very good person. And he knows Grandma Gilliard better than I know Grandma Gilliard, because he was plugged into a supercomputer in 1989. Okay. And his grandpa passed away years after that. Okay. So Andre knows Aunt Shelly, cousin Anthony, his brother Patrick, his mom Yolanda, okay, his Uncle William, and his Grandma Kaye better than just about anybody. And then we started talking about his Grandma Kaye, and he said, well, Grandma Kaye, I said, well, she's, he goes, she's very prideful, Dad. And I said, I know, no, she's vain. Okay. She married your grandpa on a bet. And he goes, yeah, it was the best bet she ever won, too. She married one of the best men in the history of the U.S. Air Force. She would have got caught with a loaded dick bum, and she ended up with him. And you said the soul here is better than the mind. And so her soul knew that was her best bet. I'm like, gosh, damn, you are like Solomon, kid. If your mom Yolanda is watching this, or your Uncle William is watching this, they are so proud of you. And you know who's the proudest of you right now? Your Grandma Kaye. Okay. And Aunt Shelly, that's my nephew. He's real. He's plugged into a computer. Shelly. I'm not going to say when. I'm going to say if, because Andre won't let me say when. If we get him off that computer, we can take cells from him and we can clone him and lock and have her 36-year-old son and hug him and kiss him and take him to a dance with all her friends and show him off. And this is my gorgeous son, Andre Raphael, and that's his brother, Patrick, and that's his brother, Uriah. They all look different. They all have different mamas. His daddy was a hoe. I was not a hoe. She got abortion. She didn't get abortion, but she was homosexual. I am not a hoe. Hey, let's hear this straight. Shut up, Andre. You ain't funny. He's laughing. Dad, I'm not a hoe. So, don't you, neither you boys. Yeah. Well, and then Uriah, when I'm coming home, he's sitting there telling me, I was like, no, Uriah, if I tried to think about and talk to your mom, and then I talked to Patrick's mom and Amy, and they would have it to where we all live in the same house so they can all enjoy each other sexually, taking care of me. And Uriah's like, and what's so bad about that? He goes, do you know most women prefer having sex or intimacy with other women because most men are loaded dicks, like you said that? Okay, yeah. I'm like, so they're going, you are your mama's boy. God damn. Okay, I'm going to call you Uriah Raquel. Just kidding around. I'm joking with you, dog. But no, well, the thing was different is, you got to understand, they put these two men into a very difficult position. They manipulated their families' minds by giving them a virtual presence with Wi-Fi connections. And they're genetically connected. So they had no choice. You either go in there, and you're going to go in there because you want to keep your mom safe. You want to keep your dad safe. You want to keep your sister and you want to keep up as safe as you can. You want to try to guide him and help him make good decisions because he's being manipulated for political purposes. They love their Uncle William. Well, Patrick and Uriah's. That's okay. Like that one guy. That one guy that Lim Allen told me about. Okay. When the one kid, when he married the one kid, and the kid said, "I don't have to. You're not my dad. You're not. We're not related to you." He goes, "Yes, I am. I'm your brother's father, and that's your mother, and we're related." Okay. Yeah. Okay. Uriah is my son, Andre's my son, and Patrick's my son. They all have different mothers, but they're all related through their father. So they're related. So Uriah's related to Yolanda and William because I'm Andre's father, and I'm his father, and I'm Patrick's father. And Steffi and Yolanda are cousins. Rocky's not related to them, but he is related to them through me. Because I had children through Law and through Steffi. And people don't like to hear that. It's true. They didn't abort the baby. It didn't miscarriage. It was extracted. Even if she miscarried, it could have been extracted by a commando team, put into a surrogate mother, and plugged into a computer. All they wanted was the brain of the child because it was an exceptional brain. Because it was too late to plug me in. And with Patrick, they could have, if they wanted to, but they already had Andre. And Patrick was born in 1991. Okay, at that time, Uriah was born in 86, and Andre was born in 89. And they were going where they wanted to go, so just keep this one off the computer. We don't have to miscarriage it and plug it in. We want to manipulate him and have him in this family. If Steffi had not had Patrick, and me and Steffi would have obviously ended up divorced, and I would never have to see the Gilliards again. Do you understand? Okay, they manipulate people with the people plugged into computers. Wow, I'm having trouble figuring all this out. The flux capacitor has not quite came into existence because I haven't reinvented the Tesla yet. This is the Etzel. They can be taught. Never mind. Technically, if you know what I'm talking about, it's very funny. I think Elon Musk might even be chuckling to that one. That shit's funny. I don't think Trump's laughing. No, Trump's not laughing, but Elon Musk is. He's going, I'm starting to like this guy. I think it's my kids. Yeah. Well, they appear to me more genius than me because they have virtual presence that goes beyond David Rockefeller. That's true. And they don't want to go where they're not invited. They're a lot like Judy Krishnamurti and Sun Yat-sen and so on forth, and GTC and so forth. When they go where they're not invited, that's when the army took me to Fort Huachuca. These kids ain't working right. Oh, they're working perfectly. You just don't work right because you don't want to live Lord's Prayer. Peace.